Sup, it's me. Recently I finally got to see the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and I've got a lot of mixed feelings about it, to be honest. However, I didn't really know how to get them out, so I started writing a video essay about it. And after I finished writing it, I kind of ended up being like, I think I'm wrong. I think I'm just wrong about this. This happens a lot. The same thing happened when I watched the Nimona movie. I was like, oh man, it's not as good as the comic. I'm gonna write a video about that. And so I sat down with the comic. I read the comic through a couple times. I rewatched the movie. I started writing this video, and then I got like 2 pages in. I was like, I think I'm wrong. Like, I think I'm just wrong about this. Like it always happens. Like it turns out whenever I think that I'm like something is new is not as good. It turns out I'm just out of touch or something. I don't know. However, I think there's still some decent points in this essay, and I hate to just throw it away. So that's today's content. I'm going to read you the essay. Although I don't have any specific scathing critique of the film, I just found the formula to be, frankly, a little stale. The film is fun, I enjoyed it, but when I compare it to the last two films, it feels almost exactly the same. You've got cameos, references, and fourth wall breaking jokes that reach out to the nerdy audience like, hey, we see you. From the very beginning, my very first thought was, this again? Like, it's the third movie. Do we really need to start with a fight scene and then a flashback? Can't we just start at the beginning of the movie? I promise, TikTok may have ruined my attention span, but I still got a little bit left. Now, this isn't going to be a review, and honestly, I don't think I could give a sufficient breakdown to provide any overall rating for the movie. And honestly, I find reviewing media on the internet to be a bit of a brain-dead procedure at this point. No disrespect to those who do it, and especially all those who do it well, but I feel like for me to analyze media from an objective standpoint, I'd have to have some kind of rubric by which I judged all films, and I don't think I can do that. Deadpool and Wolverine, while flawed, is a film that a specific kind of person is going to love, and I think that's great. However, going on social media before seeing the film, I saw a lot of hype around the film that I didn't quite understand. People were treating the film as some kind of grand return of the MCU. Deadpool had allegedly saved the MCU from itself and its ongoing decline. But after seeing it, I don't buy it. You see, Deadpool has always been a very self-referential franchise within the superhero genre. Not only is he a funny character, his very existence spits in the face of what more sensible superheroes are perceived as. Deadpool often kills the people that he's fighting. He makes sexual innuendos and makes advances on other heroes and often makes them uncomfortable. And of course, there's the fourth wall breaking, that signature Deadpool je ne sais quoi. Side note here, I don't know how to spell je ne sais quoi. And so in the script, I just wrote China say quoi. So yeah, there you go. That's the level you were working with here. Deadpool's quips, nay, his very existence, is predicated on satirizing the superhero genre and what one would expect from a comic book movie. This makes Deadpool super fun and interesting as a series, and has made the Deadpool movies super successful. But it also means that Deadpool is stuck in a box. He doesn't define the culture of what superheroes are, or what superhero movies are. He merely reacts to what that culture does, and subverts whatever tropes are expected. What works in the Deadpool movies can never work in a mainstream Marvel movie. So to say that Deadpool has shown the way forward for the rest of Marvel is, frankly, kind of dumb, not gonna lie. What's funny is, this is exactly the crisis that Deadpool is facing at the start of the film. He wants to join the Avengers to prove he's more than the joke character. He wants to be more than just the one that looks on and reacts to the main crew. He can be one of the main crew. He can be the one who creates the culture, not just the satirical reaction to that culture. But in the end, Deadpool can't join the Avengers or the X-Men or the MCU because what Deadpool does and who Deadpool is doesn't work in the sacred timeline. Characters like Logan are adored in almost every timeline because they represent something serious and heroic. Someone with unlimited potential who doesn't always do the right thing, but makes for a relatable character and an incredible hero. Meanwhile, Deadpools are a dime a dozen, joke characters who work great as derivative heroes, tearing down what others have built up, but incapable of standing on their own. Anyone can take what was and build off it, but it takes a Wolverine to create something new. I think this is seen really well in a lot of comedies, especially on YouTube. It's almost too easy to take something unique or new and derive entertainment off of it by making fun of it or doing a parody. Meanwhile, the folks who are out making new content, crafting original stories, have to try way harder to do what they do. And hey, if you think I'm trying to be all high and mighty here, look at what I'm doing now. Instead of letting this point stand on its own merit, I'm making some roundabout point off of a Deadpool movie. Think I'd be doing this if I had any real skill? In the end, however, this doesn't matter. Deadpool learns to matter in his own way by helping those he cares about. To them, this universe is special, in part because he's there to share it with them. Deadpool never becomes Marvel Jesus. Deadpool and Wolverine isn't going to vastly alter the course of future Marvel movies, and it shouldn't have to. Instead, Deadpool and Wolverine is an incredible tribute to the last 20 years of superhero movies. Those early X-Men movies where fans fell in love with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, the Fantastic Four movies that no one likes, the Deadpool that was before we got our beloved Merc with a Mouth in all his beautiful red glory. A Deadpool isn't just a quirky comic book movie with gratuitous violence and a lot of swears. It's a testament to all that came before it, and that allowed it to exist. And I think that's pretty fucking special. So yeah, that was my essay on Deadpool. It's about a 2.5 minute essay. Nothing really special for a video, to be honest. I couldn't justify doing it on the new channel I'm working on because that's my big boy channel. That's gonna be where I put on my big boy pants. But I wanted to share it here because I think there's something there. And honestly, I think in writing that, it made me realize why I was initially disappointed by Deadpool and Wolverine, because I expected it to go in a different direction. I saw the first trailer and I thought we were getting a Deadpool in the MCU. I thought we were getting like a surprise, Deadpool, he's joining the MCU, he's going to be doing stuff with the main cast of Marvel. And I was like, wow, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be huge. Meanwhile, the actual film, a lot of the action, I mean, like 3 out of the fight scenes in the whole film are just Deadpool fighting Wolverine multiple times. Actually, probably more than that because he gets beat up by every single Wolverine when he's trying to recruit them. So to me, it was just like, wow, a lot of these action scenes are just him fighting Wolverine. It didn't make the action scenes bad. Like they were all very well done and everything. I mean, all the Deadpool films are really well done. But yeah, when I first saw the film, that was my initial thought, and I was looking for some reason to be disappointed in it, some reason to justify my feelings about it. And I think it turns out that in working through this, I arrived at what actually was going on, which was I expected something different, and they did something unique with the film instead. I think if anything, it really shows how much more work I have to do when it comes to media analysis, because the fact that this keeps happening, where I see something, start to write a scathing review, and then fall in love with it halfway through, I don't know. It's a really funny thing that I keep doing. I keep running into this. Anyway, hopefully this video is something. I hope you guys enjoyed this, got something out of it. If not, give me a thumbs down and a mean comment. I've loved those. They're great. They really help me sleep at night. They really make me feel good about myself. Bye.